My name is Fraser Morrison, founder of 1,000 Steps. 1 minute a day for 100 days to understand sales from a practical and outcome-based perspective. Today is a bit of a longer session. I'm going to cover a few areas here and I'm going to give you homework that's more than a minute. I know I did promise you a minute a day, but today you need to put a bit of effort into this. I've deliberately done it on a Friday so that you can take the time to complete this exercise and it'll set you in good stead as we navigate through this next 6 months, which is going to be difficult for everybody, especially if you're in a business development world. What I want you doing today, tomorrow, and on Sunday is writing out your goals, and I want you to take a bit of time to do it properly. It is going to set you in good stead for the rest of your career. It's really important. I want you to write them down. I want you to physically have them there in front of you. And yes, it is a bit of effort to do this, but it is definitely worthwhile. I mean, I've done it. It's really helped me a lot. It really keeps me focused and gives me direction. So there's two parts to this. Part number one is I want you to sit and write out what your personal goals and objectives are. Where do you want to be? What are you trying to achieve? What do you want for your family? What's your career? What are your objectives? And what are your learning objectives? How much money do you want to make? Right? Why do you want to make that much money? Right? What size of house do you want? What sport do you want to do? And I really want you to write those things down. Let's take a bit of time, a bit of effort to physically write it out and say, where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 3 years? Where do I want to be in 1 year? I sort of like that short, medium, and long term. Can't really think 10 years ahead. It's too much for me. I want you to first break it down like that. Understand what the motivators are, understand the things that float your boat and what your goals and objectives are. The next step is physically, how do we set goals? How do we structure our goals that rotate around what we need to do on a daily basis, using our time as effectively and as efficiently as possible? So I always like to start with the end in mind. When I'm managing salespeople and I'm working with salespeople, I don't really like to look at the end. I like to look at what we're doing at the beginning because that creates an outcome. But if we start with the end in mind, the end in mind is the revenue targets. What are you trying to achieve? So I would sit and break that down. What's my target? What is my average sales size? Obviously, we've got a statistical average. Some are going to be higher, some will be lower. If you want, take out the bottom 5 and the top 5 and then get an average for what you've produced over the last period of time. If you don't know the answer to that, give a guesstimate, you'll be pretty accurate on it. From there, what I want you to do is work out how many sales you need to hit your target. Really simple, okay? So if I want to produce $100,000 of revenue and my average sales size is $25,000, I need to make 4 sales. Let's go and do 3. 4 sales, okay? From there, I then want you to sit and think, how many proposals do I need to submit to get a sale? Okay? Simple. How many proposals? 1 sale. And then from there, I want you to sit and you should be doing discovery, okay? So you should be doing a discovery piece in the middle here. You might have a demo, you might have a few other things going on here, but let's just keep this simple from a metric. So how many discoveries do you need to do to create 1 proposal? And then looking at discoveries, how many first meetings do you need to do that lead to a discovery? And then how many names do you need coming in to create a first meeting? So, how many times do I try and book an appointment to get 1 first, and how many names do I need to do that? So now what we've got here is how many names come into our system to create an appointment, and how many appointments create discoveries, and how many discoveries do we need to make a proposal, and how many proposals to make a sale. So you've got a good set of numbers there. Then we'll track them going forward to see whether they stand up. But that sets your goal planning, that sets the structure, and that allows you to look and see whether what you're trying to do is realistic or not. I know this is long, but I want it like this. I want this. This is a big session.